Welcome back to the Makeup Gourmet. Today's recipe is Seasoned Beauty, and with us is quite the seasoned beauty, Sybil, and also with us our guest co-host for today,
Hello.
Anita Stewart. She's going to fill in the blanks, the things that I leave out. So we just talked about great skincare for the skin.
That's right.
As you agree, we need to moisturize the skin as best
And
we can
sun
before we
protection.
start. And sun
Absolutely.
protection.
Key.
So before I start with the makeup, there are a few products out there. Now this is brand new. No one even knows it's out yet. It's by Givenchy, and it's sort of a collagen fill for the lines around the eye area. So you click it, and just a little bit of this product comes out, and I apply it directly to areas where you may have fine lines.
That's easy application. I love that.
It's simple. Now here's the deal with this. The lines you want to address are the lines that when you are relaxed and you still see a little bit of a
Right.
line, these are the lines that this is going to take care of. Good for the forehead and also good for around the eye area.
I might have to take that product home with me today.
Well, oh, there you go. All right,
Beautiful.
next, another
No surgeries.
if you're experiencing some deeper folds, say around what we call the nasal labial fold, which is right through here, so your skin creates its own shadow. Sometimes the corner of the mouth starts to look a little bit sad. Right here, it starts to turn down. What you do is you add just a little bit of a lighter concealer in that area, and what it
I
does
like that. That's also handy.
yeah, this is by
Two-toned.
Vincent Longo.
Okay.
Great brand, lots of good, I think, problem-solving products in that brand. Just like that. Perfect.
So I noticed that has two ends, a darker and a lighter for shading.
Yes, and you know, that addresses maybe one of our concerns, which is if we are puffy, you always use the darker, the darker end on the puffy area, and then the lighter end on the more sunken in area, and it creates a smoother, flatter, you know, a look to the eye.
That's another product for me to take home today. I noticed Sybil doesn't have any puffiness and just beautiful, beautiful eyes and great shape.
Yeah.
So she wouldn't necessarily be a candidate for that product.
No, but it's good for the person
for
who,
me.
Yes, right. Anita, I'm going to apply some Photo Finish by Smashbox. Would you speak to this while I apply it?
This is one of my favorite products of all time, and it has been on the market for a few years. And I use this almost every day, you know, after my moisturizer and before foundation. And I like it because as we get older, and I have talked to hundreds of women that have the concern of freckling in the skin, some mottledness,
Yes.
just not the balance and the evenness that we had when we were children. A big part of that comes from sun damage, and it's just age. And I love this product to keep my foundation lasting a lot longer. It provides a beautiful canvas. You use less foundation. You look like you're not wearing makeup. And I think it's just gorgeous.
I think
it's a gorgeous product.
You're exactly right. What happens is some women tend to overcompensate. Oh, my skin isn't looking as good. I need the heavier makeup. No, you're probably better off getting yourself a primer like we just used to even out skin tone, and then use a more medium weight foundation like I'm using now.
Right.
And you notice we're using the buildable coverage. You add a little bit, you blend it, and you blend it until the makeup disappears. This way you're never over applying your foundation, because there's nothing that shows off age more than too much product on the skin.
Right, and I like, again, your brush is beautiful because it lays the hair flat on the skin.
And that is the Makeup Gourmet
It is the
brush.
Makeup Gourmet brush.
Now, what happens is as you mature also, often you start to lose some thickness in the brow area. So now more than ever, it's important to have yourself a little bit of a brow pencil. Do you agree with this?
Yeah, I do brow pencil or shadow on the brow. I love them both.
Yep. Now, another area of concern for just about anybody, but especially for a more mature eye, the seasoned beauty eye, is the appearance of crepiness on the eye area, right? I want to be able to make sure that eye shadow stays on. So what am I going to use, Anita?
Eyeshadow base, my favorite.
Eyeshadow base, her favorite. All right, close your eyes for me. Just with a light concealer brush, which is synthetic, I'm brushing on. This is from Chanel. It's actually a concealer, but why I love it is it dries to a powder finish, so it doesn't crease when you put it on the eye.
So you could do this under the eye and on the eye itself.
And you could use it underneath as
Okay.
well. It's like a
Great.
2-in-1. But you know, as you mature under the eye area, if your concealer is too matte, it may show off,
Right.
you know, a little bit of the
Right.
fine line. So you might be better off using something.
But I like how that went on. That's beautiful because it looks like she has a fine shadow.
All right, so let's speak to shadows. What I like, if you're going to wear a shimmer on the eye, close your eye for me, put it just on the ball of the eye, on the Seasoned Beauty eye.
And I think that's a tip that most of us have to be told again. I tend to sometimes forget that. I like the matte look, but I'll get kind of crazy and want to have a sparkle. And it does show off the fine lines around my eye area. So I think that is something we have to remind our customers as our lid has a little bit more crepiness than we'd like to not enhance that.
So up here, I'm actually using the matte shadow. So we're still getting the life, the vibrancy of the eye with that wash across the lid, but then a matte on the brow bone. And then for nighttime, if you want to just stick a little bit of highlight right up under the eyebrow with a frosty shadow, well, I think that's just fine.
Okay.
Now as
beautiful lid.
Yeah, as we mature, our eye tends to fall a little bit in the outer corner. Close, please. So really pay good attention to how you contour. Always start in the outer corner, always blend in and open for me, and you create a nice open look to the eye.
Kind of a lift.
It's definitely a lift. And
Right.
the reason it's a lift is I'm starting from the outside and working in. The biggest mistake people make trying to make their eye look open is they brush out. All that does is pull the eye down. By me bringing this color up and in, what it's doing is pushing the eye over and up. And that looks just perfectly gorgeous. All right, next I want to do just a little bit of an eyeliner. And if you want to bring up a little bit of color to your look, you have gorgeous blue eyes. Close, please. I'm not going to be afraid. I'm going to give you just a little bit of an eye line that's going to brighten up your eye a little bit. This way, instead of wearing the bright color all over your lid, which may not be age appropriate, though I don't believe in age appropriate. I say whatever the heck you want, but some seasoned beauties are more uncomfortable with the brighter colors on their lids. So you can use that liner. This is a nice, vibrant blue.
Well, that crayon's excellent for the touch of fashion. You're
Open,
right.
please. And look at that. It just is a little kiss, and it's also lighter than, say, the dark brown or black, which can become, a little bit heavy.
So it's a violet that you did.
Is that a violet? Okay, very
Correct?
good.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, this is from Yves Saint Laurent, Touche Claw. If you don't know this product, it's famous. You click it. It has a little bit of radiance. You use that for under the eye, and this is what really brightens up under the eye area. Gives it a nice little pop. Look how that makes her eye just open up. That's gorgeous. All right, next up we're going to talk about lips. And what's most important with lips when you're doing makeup is just don't put on too much lipstick.
Can I make a suggestion, Chris?
Yes.
With the Touche Éclat on this side, just at the corner, blend in just a tiny bit right there. Yeah, perfect.
Always take it up and in.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of vibrance in there.
Excellent.
All right, so
Pretty.
I'm going to use a very neutral pencil. My biggest pet peeve with seasoned beauties is often they over-apply their lipstick. So there's a buildup on the lips.
I think you've had that concern with me before, Chris.
Have I pointed that out to you?
Yes, you have.
I always want makeup to look like the color is coming up out of your skin. I never want it to look like it's sitting on top of your skin. So by using a brush and pushing that color into the lip as opposed to plastering it with the lipstick and then trying to rub some off, I think we get a fresher, younger look. And then you could always put just a dab of gloss in the center of your lip if you want to give it a little bit more life.
Right, and I recommend going really light-handed with the gloss on the center of the lip. It does tend to travel, so less is more in that case.
That's right, and dab it. Last but not least, accentuate the gorgeous cheekbone.
Right.
And with this, often the question is, where do I wear my blusher? Well, just my opinion is, depending on the season, I want you to ride the cheekbone, okay? Just stay right on top of it. If you have a gorgeous cheekbone, just pull it straight back like this so that the color is very balanced. The last thing I always want you to do when you're doing your makeup, of course, is to apply a gorgeous mascara. I'm going to use a darker color. And all the colors we've used on Sybil are very, look down for me, are very neutral. They're beautiful. They don't compete with her features. What they do is they sort of bring them out. Look down, please. So I'm just doing a little bit of mascara, and I always do my mascara last because I don't want other products to trickle up and stick to the lash bed. Just like that. Sybil, please look straight into the camera. Gorgeous. Close your eyes for a moment and then open again. And just turn your head a little bit left to right. See how beautiful the colors play on her?
Pretty.
Well, what do you think?
I love it. And I love that you didn't do liner under the eye in this instance for daytime look. It's gorgeous.
Kept it nice and clean.
It's really pretty.
All right, so that's it for Seasoned Beauty makeup application. When we come back, we're gonna meet our brand of the day, which is called EpiSpa, which is a med spa, and very exciting information about what you can do to your skin above and beyond just facials. So we'll see you in a moment. Thank you. Well, that's it for another episode of Makeup Gourmet. I hope you learned a few tips today. Now, I want to remind you that you're not alone when you go shopping. Available as a download at makeupgourmet.com is my book, Cosmetic Counter Survival Guide. how to buy the right skincare and makeup. Now this guide will answer all the questions you need to ask yourself before you go shopping. That way every purchase is a successful one. Also remember, the right tools for the right job. That's why I made available to you my 12-piece All-Pro brush set. Now with this set, it will provide you with every brush you need in order to apply your makeup perfectly every single time. Well, we'll see you next time when we cook a look at Makeup Gourmet.